All right, sorry. Welcome everyone to this week is Svelte. Finally back. Everybody is back now. So I hope you missed them. You missed me like those couple of weeks, despite the fact that Martin did an awesome job, much better than me.
No. You're talking yourself down too much.
But I hope you at least that you missed me. And so today we overflowed you because I'm Paolo. I will be your host, and together with me there is Martin and Brittany. So
Hello.
with wonderful siren
Yeah.
tunes.
Rocking all the siren stuff today.
Yes. And so, okay, we are here, and we are here to, as usual, go over the agenda of like today will probably be a bit of a unusual unusual I can't remember how it says unusual episode, because we'll go over the changelog, and we can start with the changelog. I will present my screen, and here we go. As usual, I mean, not as usual, because the last 2 weeks, Martin did an awesome job with interactive changelog. I'm not that skilled, so no, I'm so we can go over the changelog with our heartly Svelte changelog. So there are something interesting inside this changelog. For example, I've just seen these. So the next 70 release of Svelte 5 actually gave us the ability to have optional parameters for snippets. So you can do something like this and have it work. So this is fun. Snippets are one of my favorite features of Svelte 5. I don't know about you guys, but I really loved it. Love them. And that's obviously there are a bunch of small fixes. This is I was looking at the patches, and this is I'm always amazed at how people find out about these. Like, this is basically if you are trying to render or at HTML an SVG that only has SVG nodes, the namespace of that changes. Super edge case. I don't know how people actually find out about this. So yeah, but now it's fixed. So good for that. And we also have something like prevent snippet children conflict. This is another interesting bug that I was reading through. Basically, like, you could, in theory, have a snippet name children inside a component. And before, it was just rendering the wrong thing. And now we actually get a nice compiling error. So very cool. We don't have actually SvelteKit releases. SvelteKit, like after the 2.5 release, it's actually slowing down. And luckily, because this means that maintainers are very focused on Svelte 5, which we all want. So yeah, and that's the changelog. So we can move to the second phase, which is announcement, quick fact and announcement. A very quick announcement, which is that, as you may know, we will have our very own Svelte Summit Spring on April 27, and the call for proposal is still open. So feel free to go ahead and submit your talk.
Sponsors as well, and I'll be hosting again with Kevin, so I'm very excited about doing that. And yeah, submit your talks.
We can't wait. Did you actually just took a look at the proposed talk yet?
I actually don't think that I get a say in the talks. You mean like if you submit a talk, I'm not sure who goes through that process, but I am not one of the people that does it usually. So we'll see.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm always surprised. Like the day before, Kevin like emails me the list, and I'm like, oh, now we have to MC all these people that I've just seen.
Yeah, it's not making the job for you very easy.
Oh, it's okay. It's always fun.
And in the meantime, so while we before we step into the next phase of this week in Svelte, if you have any question regarding Svelte or something else that you want to answer, that you want an answer for, feel free to leave it in the comment in the chat, so that later, after this very special community showcase, we can answer that. And the very special community showcase is actually already on the stage with us, because Martin actually proposed a very bold move, because he actually said, let's do something fun. Let's do like a live code session. So
Yep.
I will leave my screen. I will remove my screen from the stage because to make space for his screen, and let me know if I can already share it. And
Yeah, you can already share.
and we're gonna do a bit of
Don't
of
worry about the
reading
preview being
later.
small there. It's just we can swap between the two later.
Yep.
But that's just there to have some screen space so the code actually isn't
I need to
so
know how you
wide.
have that set up, because that's pretty slick the way you've got that
Yes.
fade in.
Oh, it's I'm using OBS on my side,
Oh,
and
nice.
then screen sharing the preview of OBS as part of StreamYard.
That's
So
pretty
Oh,
slick.
it's it's very very cool, because like you get to see what's like the live things, but then if you want to switch, you can immediately
yeah,
switch that. Very cool. I'm gonna steal that so bad.
yeah. All right. So what's the challenge this time?
Okay, so basically what we wanted to do was to showcase a bit of runes action, and
Yep.
what we decided to go with was, I can't remember. Oh my gosh, I'm blacking out. What we said. I think it was a very interesting beat, because with the new runes that we are getting, for example, derived by, you can like generate a very sleek filtering,
Yeah.
dynamic filtering. So
Right.
let's see
So
what Martin is
let's
up to.
start with some static data to filter first. What kind of data do we want? Let's see. The data itself can be const data.
Copilot, just like let it populate some stuff.
Oh no, I don't have we don't have Copilot. Sorry. And then let's have what? Oh, we could do do a bunch of JavaScript frameworks.
Michelangelo said Pokemon.
Pokemon API, there's
Yeah.
Scrappy API, Star Wars API, but
Oh, true. Yeah, we could use it. Let's hope the network connection isn't terrible. Let's see. Also, I hope they didn't change it to GraphQL, because GraphQL will. I don't want to import a GraphQL library for this.
We
no,
have
no,
to
no.
Jean.
I think it's still RESTful. Yeah, it is still RESTful. Okay, good. Yeah. API v2. An internal error occurred. That's not great. On their side, not my side. On their side, this let's see if they still have another one. What was the other one? Star Wars API, right? Star Wars API REST. SWAPI not found. Great
Really?
start already.
It should
Yeah.
be. Oh yeah.
Like the domain, if you go to it, it's a 404 engine.
Wow.
It's not found.
There is a scarcity of free. There's the
That's
Kitchen API.
I presume. Yeah, I
There's
mean, it does cost quite a bit to run, just because it's producing
catasaservice.com, CATAAS.com.
as a service.
I'm just like
that works. Okay.
I love that one.
Okay, let's quickly skim the API docs. They have a /cat, which gets a random cat. I assume we want to get a list of cats, API cats. Oh yeah, there you go, /API cats. Okay, so where is my window? Okay, so const this beauty is not doc, is that. And then the endpoint we want is /API cats. Endpoint.
Oh, I was looking to a completely different website. You were talking about documentation, and this does not have documentation, and I was saying, what?
/API/cats. That's, and then, well, let's just look at what the data is first. So that data equals $state. It's going to be an empty array at the start. And what is this? Oh, that's fine.
I always
It's
start
just
to freak
empty
out when
array.
I see red too, and it's like you're just not
Yeah,
using
it's
it.
ESLint.
It's really annoying.
JSON.stringify is always nice to have. Data, and then the trick most people should already know, undefined too, makes it prettified pre-code.
Wait, I always do like null somewhere.
Yeah, I think
Oh, yeah,
the
undefined or
second
null should work.
is
And
definitely.
then let's zoom into the. Yeah, that's just an empty array. Maybe I should.
I don't think
zoom
you're
in
reading
further.
the data yet. If you go back.
Yeah, no,
did-
it's not. I'm just checking that it's actually in outputting. Yeah, that's why it's and any yeah, that's fine. So the shape of the cats are, let me see. It's a list of objects with underscore ID, MIME type size. What is that? Okay, let's just inspect it, I guess. Oops, not derived. Let's see. I guess I sync. Oh wait, fetch endpoint.
Is a fetch call always going to be an effect?
Sorry, repeat that.
Is a fetch call going to be an effect, Rune?
Not always. It's just that this is probably the closest thing you do with on like in Svelte 4 you would do on mount, right? To wait for when the like it depends. Like we're technically in SvelteKit, we could be using load functions instead. It's just
And
that like
they can be on mount, or on mount could be effect, so that's like the same thing, right? Someone
yeah,
in the chat
so
said that effects can't be async, so that's why you're getting the other red line there. I think.
yeah, I think so. Yeah. Because we have
And you
to
can't use await.
Yeah. Well, you can like the same old trick that you know.
Yeah, and iffy.
The same trick that you always do with what is it? With
Oh, I
on
hope
mount
that we
is
come
you
up
hit,
for something that makes this better, because
yeah.
this syntax, no
Well,
thanks.
No, the reason this is the exact same reason why in on mount you're supposed to do this. Most people don't. Most people just do like they do on mount that.
Yeah.
And technically like it technically works, but because you're returning a promise to on mount, it can never use that as a destroyer. On as an on destroy. So that's why it's stricter now with effect, because just to stop people from doing that without knowing why is my destructor not running, because you made it a promise.
Gotcha.
So
Well, with effect, there's also the other thing that after an await, you lose track of the reactivity. So if you access a variable and you actually want that variable to make rerun the effect, everything after the first await is not automatically tracked. So it's
Actually,
something.
I guess we do. Do we have top level weight? We might have top level weight at here at this point. Let me see.
I don't think so.
Let's see. Yeah. Wait. Oh, it's just okay. No, it's just a data type. So const res equals. Yeah, it looks like we do have top level
Yeah.
weight at this point. Huh? Do we not? Oh no, we don't.
Yeah, we don't.
Spoke to
I
Siri.
mean, we could use SvelteKit and do it the right way.
Yeah, like so the reason I'm not using SvelteKit stuff right now is because SvelteKit right now is not going to take advantage of a lot of Svelte 5 stuff.
Yeah.
So a lot of it is not going to be as ergonomic as it should be yet. So I think it's easier to have it as a self-contained Svelte example, because then I can extract this as a like probably to the Svelte 5 REPL, and then you can just play with it
Mhm.
separately. Anyway, we were doing the what's it rest.json. I think this is another wait. Right? Oh yeah, no, that's fine. Shoo. Uh, wait, why do you have an on mount? Okay. Okay.
We were talking about on mount and effect being the same thing, and you tried it and it imported it.
Okay, so that hasn't changed. Actually, so one thing I'm not showing is that this is technically a OBS preview. So, let me open that in my actual browser so I can inspect it. No console messages. Oh, right, because it's an IIFE, but that I'm not
Yeah, you need
running
to
yet.
call it.
Ha 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 ha. And there you go. There's data.
There's some data.
Let's look closer at it.
Hopefully some cats.
Actually, I think we cannot use this because those are just images. So if we want to filter those, unless
True.
we can filter on
Well, we could filter, but it's not.
Uh,
I guess you could like make filter functions by size and then by tag. Yeah, no, you can still sort of
yeah,
work
we can do it.
especially the tags. The tags, yeah, we can work with the tags. We can work with the tags. The tags are text, so okay. So cats. What is the shape? Let's go back. Zoom in. Underscore ID. Okay, so type. What is this? Underscore ID is a string.
Type size, which is a number, and tag.
Type we can just treat as a string. Well, actually, yeah. Size is a number, and tags is another. Whoops. Tags is we can give that tag array. Then you can do. What is it? Was it define or was it type? Cats never
We
missing.
can't see what you're typing, so not sure what you're.
Sorry. Same mistake as last time.
It's type def if you want to define a type.
Right. Type def, and then what does this have? Sorry.
It's an array of.
Oh, it's just it's just strings.
An array of strings.
Yeah, we can. So this does give some.
I think you have an extra
string.
An extra.
Yeah, because then you can't accidentally swap it with a regular string. But actually, I don't know if we want that. I guess string is fine. Yeah, string is fine. Oh yes, because I changed it to cats, and yeah,
Get
that's
rid
still
of all
fine.
the red underlines.
And also some JS doc action.
the reason I actually do this with my actual code as well. It's not just to get it is nice to get the red squigglies away, but the other wait, I thought I turned off
It's to get the
this
IntelliSense.
yeah, it helps with the IntelliSense because now here you can see what the type of cat is, and then like if you do like each cat
And you
as
have
cat
auto completion with it.
yeah, cat underscore ID. It's really nice. Yeah, cat dot. See, you have MIME type, you have size, you have tags.
Yeah.
Let's.
We have a
do that.
question regarding effect and on mount. If I understand correctly, on mount only runs once when the component mounts, but effect runs every time something changes, similar to the reactive statement, the $.
Right. Yes. So in this case, we're using one way of one part of effect. We're only using the fact that it's running on the client. Like this is a no op in the server. So yes, it also would run if, for example, endpoint was not a constant and changed. One, if you didn't want that behavior, one way you could do is like import on track from from Svelte? Yeah, it's just from Svelte, and then you could untrack the endpoint, and it wouldn't track that.
I think you need to pass
But
a
of course,
function.
but of course, this is not a state, so that's why it's complaining. Like, hey, this is not
I
a
think
state.
it's
This is just
complaining because untrack needs to be like once a function. And
I guess it could be like this. Yeah.
And untrack will also return everything that you return from that function. So it's useful if you want to do it like this, or you can wrap the whole async function in untrack to actually.
Of course, remember we're no longer in Svelte 4, so like the state reactivity is opt in. That's why you need to use state and not opt out. So this is not reactive in the first place. So that's fine. So this is only going to run once, pretty much. Again, this is. I mean, I guess.
So if catch changed, it would rerun.
I guess you could extract it outside to that effect.
Ooh, yeah, actually, this is interesting.
It's because it's not longer top level.
Your data is not going to change, so the cat array is never going to change. You can expect that, and you don't need that in an effect.
I think there are some cases you'd still want it in an effect, because like so one reason you want it in effect is what I mentioned earlier, is because this entire thing is a no op on the server. But if you do it as this might not be desirable behavior, because then this would run on the server. This would do the fetch on the server.
But
of course, this is also not the SvelteKit fetch. So it's going to do it both times. It's going to do it on the server, and then it's going to do it on the client. So,
yeah, but
obviously, you should really be doing this in the load function. But you know,
yeah, exactly.
Cats was actually reactive data too. This way you would not be getting that update if cats updated. Correct?
So no. So assignment is fine, right? It doesn't have to be inside effect so when you do an assignment to cats, that's still reactive.
Okay.
Because we already stated, okay, this is always going to be reactive. It's a state, unless you untrack it.
But I mean, if the data changed from the API, like if the API updated, you wouldn't get that new update.
No, but even with effect, if you go back to effect, like this by itself is not doing anything. It's not like it's constantly calling fetch and then checking if the API changed. The way you'd want to do that is, like the effect is not really doing anything here aside from the no op. So which again only matters if you have SSR.
Making sure that it doesn't.
If you don't have SSR, then obviously then there's only the client side. The thing is, if you want to constantly check for updates, I guess you'd have to basically do either a timeout.
Is there a streaming thing? like I've heard a lot about streaming recently. Is there anything with Svelte 5 that brings streaming in?
So the problem with the streaming thing is definitely, I guess it's not like Svelte specific. It's just that like you need the server to support it.
Yeah.
You need the server to support it, and then on the client side, you also need to implement logic to handle this stream. Well, depends. There's some streaming stuff that can work without any client side JS, which is cool. It's called declarative shadow DOMs.
I've
Those work
seen that.
without
I've
yeah,
seen that
those work
demo,
without
and
those work without
it's
JavaScript, and they can kind of like load in parts as you of the page without needing JavaScript on the client side to handle
Interesting.
that. So that's really cool. But I think that only just landed in Firefox release recently, so it's very new. Like I wouldn't use it in production yet. But
Firefox was
it's
first?
definitely no, Firefox was last.
Oh, okay.
So
I was like,
that's why it's significant, because it's the final barrier to it
yeah,
finally being becoming usable within like 6 months time, roughly,
nice.
or whatever the cycle is for adoption of Firefox
new
versions.
browsers.
Know. I don't actually know how many people stay on older version, because now with auto updates with evergreen browsers.
Mhm.
Well, I guess there's like Firefox ESR, which is like enterprise stuff, but then you're no longer like your system admin is in control of that. So, and I believe the Linux Firefox ESR is actually quite old. It's like 150. It's like version 115. Right now we're on like 120 something. So we're like 20 versions behind. So depending on your flavor, well, like depending on if your admin is more on the more conservative side with updating Firefox, you might it might be a while before you can still use stuff like that. So always check with your client base that what version of browsers they use, because your assumptions might not from global stats might not be correct.
Absolutely, yeah. So they clarified a little bit on their question. They usually read local storage and on mount. So if they switch to effect, will it run only once when the component mounts like on mount does, or is effect in a way deprecating replacing on mount?
Yes. So you can in all cases you would want to use on mount. You can use effect, and even the part of on mount that's like the destructor. You can use as well. Again, like you can return the turn
Enough.
if I can type return the destructor. So again, like with you can effectively um clean up like on mount does as well. Like if you had some like let this equals, or not this, let thing equals new time, what was it, timeout,
I
set
think it's just
timeout.
text out without
Yeah, and
new.
then you do something with the timeout every 1000 seconds, every 1000 milliseconds or something like that. Is it just set timeout? Oh yeah, it is set timeout. Yeah, and then here you would do clear timeout thing, right? So you can do that as well. That's fine. So this would be almost exactly just on mount installed for, right? This should look very familiar, because it's
In
basically the
theory,
same.
like
It's
the only
basically
thing that you should pay attention to is the fact that if you are using reactive state, if you are reading reactive state inside your effect, if you don't want to run it more than once, you need to untrack it, and that's it.
yes,
So
yeah. So if any of this was let's say this was duration was let's say duration was um reactive, then if this was an effect, you would also need to make sure this was untracked. So there are several ways you could do this. One is untrack just the duration, but that's a bit ugly. What you could do instead? Also, I didn't import untrack. Import. Still, what you could do is also like this. You could wrap the set timeout instead, and then it looks nicer. duration. Yeah. I'm just
And
going to have
you still need
dollar state 100,000. Yeah, like that.
you still need to call a
Um,
function to pass to one track.
all right. Yeah.
Yeah, in front of it.
It's a bit nicer to because like it's a bit weird to have like a kind of like a function call inside the duration. Like this is at least easier. I personally I think this is easier to wrap your head around. But of course people will differ.
I think
Um,
effect is probably more scalable, but I think what they're asking is it replace? I mean, you can replace it, but is it going to replace it and deprecate on mount eventually?
well, if you check on mount, it's not technically deprecated yet.
But will it be
So
in the future? So, like, should you be using effect instead?
like we're not
In-
committed. I don't think we're. If I recall correctly, we're not committing to deprecating it in Svelte 5, maybe Svelte 6.
But
I don't
maybe
know, but
6.
like that's really far away. Like
Yeah.
Svelte, like that's like by the time you think of like, okay, I want to future proof my code against Svelte 6, but like we're like it's Svelte 6, it's a new major version, so we're going to be making other breaking changes
Yeah,
alongside that. So like I think you have bigger concerns other
that's
than
fair.
like can I use on mount, or can I keep using on mount, or should I swap all of my stuff into effect and then untrack? Like I would still use effect just so that you don't have like, because like if you have your code base using both on mount and effect, it starts being like, well, okay, am I in runes mode or am I in Svelte 4 mode? And because like technically this is just a function, right? It works in both Svelte 4 and Svelte 5 mode. So you could do this,
I
but
think this
but it,
is a good
but
point.
it does get confusing at to some degree.
Stalky is saying that it wouldn't make sense to deprecate it because it's a lifecycle function and these components are being ran, and you almost need access to those lifecycle functions to do things at
So
different points
fun
of the component.
thing about that, we do have
Oh no.
we have effect pre and was it effect post? I forgot what the other
effect
one
free.
was. No, there was pre, and then we have effect pre, and then we have effect. Why is ill intelligence not giving me the other one?
I'm causing complete tangents. I'm sorry, but this is so interesting to see. Like,
Well,
I
I
think
mean,
this is a
it's
very
your base
natural way
case.
to go about your Svelte 5 journey, because like this is what an actual person would be asking themselves when they're migrating their code from Svelte 4 to 5. Like,
yeah.
hey, like like how like hey, what about this? What about that? I think these aren't unrelated tangents. This is fairly natural progression for how you would tackle Svelte 4 to Svelte 5 migration. Definitely. So these are good questions to be asking. Um, well, we don't actually need the timeout, do we? That was just an example. Yeah. So effect pre, if I recall correctly, those are like life cycles as well. Kind of like I think Dominic G was talking about how they're not like the concept of life cycles. It doesn't really make
Which
sense
Dominic
anymore in
G?
Svelte 5.
You
Dominic.
can't say Dominic G anymore. Which one?
Oh no.
Well, we have
The
two Dominic G.
The OG
uh
OGDG or
the new one, the new one.
the
The new
new?
one.
The new Dominic G. Yes, we'll go with that. The wizard that made all of Svelte 5 possible. I think I was talking about how like life cycles don't really make sense in Svelte 5 anymore, but I haven't quite wrapped my head around that yet. So we'll see in the future. um
And I think I can never remember Abdel Rahman. I don't know. I hope
Abdurrahman.
I said it correctly. I don't know what the use case for .pre is, and I think the difference is that .pre runs before the template. So if you need to do some changes before the template is rendered, you can do it in effect.pre.
Yeah,
And
it's
effect
the
will.
in the Svelte tutorial. I think people like it's very niche. Like if you go back to the Svelte 4 tutorial, I believe tells you about like when you would want to use what was it? Let me see. Events, lifecycle on before update and after update, right? You have before update. Like we used to have before update. Well, we still have before update and after update. I don't recall. Did we actually before update? Is this deprecate? Yeah. So before update and after update are actually deprecated, unlike on mount. So these are where we want you to start migrating to effect pre. And what was the other one? I think effect also kind of takes over
Someone said
the
root is the other one.
responsibility of after update. Yeah, after update. Yeah. Use effect instead. In runes mode, use effect instead, and for before update in runes mode, use. So we tell you that effect pre instead. Yeah. So effect roughly gives you the same behavior anyway. Like it already happens after, and pre already happens before, and it doesn't really make sense to have a something that happens in between, because like it's synchron JavaScript is asynchronous single threaded, so there is no really concept of between. You're only ever running one thing at a time, ignoring we're ignoring workers and threads for now, because those can't access the DOM. Like you can't intervene in the DOM and kind of like, hey, I want to modify the DOM before you do. um so it's still basically still single threaded. Um, so that's why there's only a pre and a, well, this is both a post and a, I guess, current on mount, and
Yeah.
it's both on mount and after update. So those we do want you to migrate in Svelte 5 already. But of course, it's only deprecated. It's still there as a compatibility function for Svelte 4 code that you're trying to migrate to Svelte 5. And it's only going to disappear in like Svelte 6 basically. So, but again, that's really long term. So,
Yep.
was there any other lifecycle questions?
No.
Okay. Uh, oh, right. We don't need the duration. So, what were we going? Oh, yes, we were going to. Let's just do a P. Maybe an LI. Well, and in each of the.
You're gonna repeat your UL there. You need to pull that out of the.
Oh no, that's fine. The each block is going to close itself later.
Okay.
That's
Oh,
in
you
my
have another
experience.
each block inside. Gotcha.
Yeah. Each. Wait, why is it not showing the? What was the cat type? This also like what, like I think this is one problem with IntelliSense right now is like once it encounters an error, the types are lost. Sort of like here, I'm hovering over the cat and it's not showing.
If
But cat is showing.
if because of that error on the end, if you just make that period go backspace and then type it again, it'll populate the IntelliSense again.
Yep.
It does it like stalls out the IntelliSense for some reason.
Yeah, I think in general, I've seen this very much, like, and it's not just a Svelte problem. It's literally, I think, the
Yes.
TypeScript.
It's part. It's because it's there's two approaches to doing syntax highlighting. One is tree sitter, and the other is LSP. Microsoft chose LSP for VS Code because that's their in-house solution. But the problem with LSP is that unlike tree sitter, which can you can so with tree sitter you can give a partial that doesn't compile, but you can still like inspect the syntax and it will still work. The problem is it only works on a single file basis with tree sitter. Whereas with LSP, it has a holistic view of your entire of your, well, not your entire project, but like the files that you've opened in your project. All of them are open at the same time, are within the view of the syntax highlighter. But the problem is that means if you encounter any errors, it kind of has to bail out because it doesn't know what to do with it.
Telling me why, like, when I see something in the panel in my sidebar, it doesn't have errors, but as soon as you open it, then it turns red.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I was wondering why it did that.
That's
I'm like, why don't you know
so
that?
that's why it's like because like if it did syntax hiding all the time, even when you didn't have it open,
Oh, it'd be
that
so
would be
slow.
very expensive.
Yeah.
It would be expensive. So
But
that's
yeah,
why
this
it
is
only does
something
it
very
open.
like annoying about LSPs, that the fact that like if you don't have like if you have some syntax error inside your code, you will not get IntelliSense, which is pretty annoying.
Oh, look at that.
Oh wait, we have an image. Right.
Yeah, you
Is
can
it not?
render the image with it.
Oh,
think
is it
it's-
I
using
think
the
you have to
ID?
use the ID and hit
Let
a
me check
different
the
endpoint,
API.
maybe.
Cat ID. Oh, is it just /cat ID? Does it return an image?
I think
Yeah,
so.
cat
Yeah, if you just hit the ID as the
/cat
as the
ID.
SRC, the source of the image.
Cool. IMG SRC cat. Oh wait, no. How do we render this? Slash cat ASS. Cat AS.
I know it's so hard not to type that incorrectly.
Cat ID /cat.
I think you're gonna have to do some string interpolation there, though, and you need to
Well,
put it in.
that's fine. No, because like again, this part is not JavaScript interpolation. This is Svelte template interpolation.
There you
so-
go. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So MG and then alt is. Does it tell you what this cat is?
I actually forget that you can do that inside of the middle of a string with Svelte.
Oh no, it doesn't tell you what the cat is. That's tragic. Okay. So we are now inaccessible. That is very sad. And we let's just
Can't you use like a tag to maybe build the alt? But then you would need to go down in the. Oh, you can't.
could, but no, you could, but like for example,
Oh yeah, you can there.
cat
You can do cat dot-
tags dot join and then space and then but that's like this is very jank. Like
It is. Yeah. It would be
also, how
nice
big
if
is
it
it?
gave you
Oh
a
wow,
description.
that's really big.
Yeah, and you're probably going to want to put like a max width of 200 pixels on it.
Yeah. I think probably smaller because my window right now is zoomed a lot. Oh, never mind. No, 200 is actually quite small. 400. Yeah, okay. 400 pushes off the 300.
Some of them are portrait and some are landscape, so it's really hard to get like the aspect ratio.
Okay.
I mean, you can even use an aspect ratio of 1:1.
Well,
I think they're already coming through as that, right?
Well, you could use like a background image instead, but then there's no alt. I guess you could do a label, like you could do like a.
You can use an aspect ratio on the image tag and then use object feet to.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you could do that.
Aspect ratio was it
1?
1/1.
I mean, even 1 it should be good.
Oh, I didn't know you could shorthand that. And then you'll need to do object fit cover.
Object fit
or contain or
contain.
Cover, I think, is probably the best one.
Covers nicer, probably. Yep. Okay, there we go. Does it center automatically or? Oh well, cover. Yeah, cover does.
Cover does like some like centering somewhere.
It will cut either the like what's overflowing. Basically, it will.
We could make it slightly nicer.
Didn't know you were getting a CSS lesson in this. You'll get that with me and Paolo.
No, I want flex, I guess. Why? Do I want flex or do I want grid?
What are you trying to do?
I guess a grid of cats. Like
do you want
cards,
them to
I guess,
be straight down? So underneath your grid, do grid template columns. And then do however many columns you want. And
yes.
one FR.
Yeah,
All right. I forgot about the units. Yay.
That's a
Wow.
little better. And you can do a gap to give them some space.
Yep. Was the gap on the child or the?
It's on the parent.
On the parent.
The parent. Okay. 1 rem. No, 4 rem.
Cool.
I love like playing with rims to figure out how many pixels you actually want it to be. Not bad.
Tuxedo, hiding, black, tabby, cute. Okay, yeah. Does the API also give us a list of valid tags? Probably it does. Oh yeah, /API/tags will return all tags. Yep.
Oh wow.
Maybe we can remove one of those tags so we don't get blocked on YouTube.
Oh, is it?
Does
Is
anybody
anything
see
with
that?
All right.
That's ridiculous. Why is that a tag?
But then if I remove it in the code, then it's technically in the code.
Yeah, then it's in the code. So it's
You're
a
screwed
no-win
either way.
situation.
Okay.
Cute tag is redundant on cat pictures. I agree. Completely agree.
Well, I guess you could filter it with cats weight ratios and cats.
Can you do some crazy regex that doesn't actually put it in the code?
Not regex. Well, yes, I guess filter cat dot tags dot includes, yeah, includes, and then
is there anything else that starts with a P? Yeah, there you go.
Regex P. Oh no, is it only? Okay, fine. Tags dot.
I think you can do.
Filter.
Oh no, okay.
Oh wait,
Yeah,
no, actually,
because it's an array.
No, I forgot. We're in ruins mode. That's another thing you can just do.
What?
Cats. Cat. And then. Sorry.
Is there supposed to be a space there? Oh, okay.
Or yeah, sorry. Cat dot tags equals. Okay. But I just slice it. Slice. Yeah, I can. Okay. Ending index. Cat dot tags dot index of. Does it? Oh, it only takes a string. That's boo. I guess filter is easier than. Can't believe we have to do YouTube filtering live.
I thought he was showing us something new too, LT. I was like, the Svelte for each template inside of the effect. I'm like, what is this?
No.
No.
I just got them mixed up in my head. Tag. No, but what you can do is, because it like you wouldn't do this kind of code in Svelte 4 because this is mutation. You would do like you could do this, but then at the end you would need
another assignment. Yeah.
Yeah, you would do this, but like because we're in Svelte 5, you already have runtime reactivity. You don't need this cats equals cats. This is kind of like a trick, right? To trick the Svelte 4 compiler, because we were doing only compiler time reactivity. We can't really see what's going on in runtime. That's why mutations didn't update the object, because technically what happened was that under every single mutation there was a secret. The compiler was secretly inserting like internal code update. I don't know, cats, like something like that. I don't know. I don't remember what the format was.
I think it was $$ invalidate.
Yeah, probably that sounds better. Probably something like that, right? And that was basically what cats equals cats was doing. So it was just calling invalid. This actual thing was not doing anything. It's just the fact that you were assigning to cats also had the side effect of calling invalid, which was a really leaky abstraction, but we kind of called it magic, which is yeah.
Every abstraction is a bit of magic if you
Magic.
squeeze enough.
Oh, actually, we could just
Starts
what?
with. Starts with.
Oh God, I forgot they keep doing that. Yeah. Okay. This one isn't. It isn't cat tag, and I think that should filter it out. Yay! That's really dumb. I guess. Well, we could skip the second API call. We could just like let tags equals. Like let's say our API didn't have
Yep.
slash tags. You could just like, okay, so we've already filtered this, and then like for all of the actually not we don't want an array. We want set.
I think
Oh, do I need a
you
new? Yeah, new set. This should work. Yep. Or const tag.
So I know that there's plan to make this works, but is already working. Like the set methods are actually reactive.
Yeah. This should work. Yes, because I think it does some proxy stuff. With this.
Yeah. Okay. Because I know that there was plan to make it work.
Okay. I think it should work. Let me see. Let's put it here. P eggs dot join space. All right, because it's not an array. Array from. And then let's zoom into the. Yeah, that didn't work. I think that's still that's just an empty array. Oh well, fine. I will do this. Tags dot includes tag.
You forgot to switch back to VS Code.
Yep. Oops. See, it's nicer to have someone look over the stream because I don't have to look at that.
It's really difficult
Eggs.
when you're by yourself and chat has a delay. So even if chat is helping you out, it's like it's a lot.
Oh, the chat delay thing is kind of self-inflicted. Technically, like there is something called an ultra low latency mode on both Twitch and YouTube, which basically lowers the delay to 2 seconds. But StreamYard can't use it. So
Yeah.
you have to be using something like Open Broadcasting Streamer to be able to take advantage of that.
Yeah.
And also you need to set it on the YouTube side, which we don't have access to. So, push tags. What was this complaining about? All right, the anytype. Yeah. Your string array, Harry. Okay.
I have a
Where is it?
meeting in 5 minutes, so I'm gonna have to jump off. But this has been
Cool.
fantastic, and I will catch the end of it on YouTube later. See everyone.
Okay. See
Thank
you.
you. Bye,
Bye.
Brittany.
Why are you not
Okay, and Saki is saying that reactive date has been implemented. Needs to be.
Oh yeah, no, that was last week. I think I did the interactive changelog for it.
Yep.
Yeah.
And set map are not yet done, as far as I know.
Okay. Oh yeah, that was why date was like there was a date helper. I guess we're gonna have set helpers and map helpers as well then.
Yeah, probably.
I did wonder like why did we implement the date helper? I guess like the add and subtract was kind of nice, but it was kind of weird. But like now that I think about it, oh yeah, okay, it's so you can mutate stuff on it and it's still reactive. So what's going on here? Let me just inspect something. Oh, it's just straight up nothing.
You are still on the preview page.
Yeah, no. I am only inspecting the.
Okay.
I'm not showing the inspector. Let's see. Let me switch it to just tags of length. It should be 0. Yeah, it is 0. Weird. So we're already filtering the tags, and then for all the tags, I think we just push the tag without filter. It's still 0. Oh, okay. Is it entering a loop? Right, because these are now like tags
What's
of
the problem?
tags. I'm wondering if like I need to untrack somewhere.
Yeah, probably. Like you're probably reading from tags and
let me see what the console log. Hello. Is it like a mess of console logs? No,
but
not a
actually,
single console log.
you
It's
know
not even
what?
running it then.
Like you are in an async function, so it's probably not tracking anyway.
Oh, good point. I guess we should be doing this outside anyway. Actually, yeah, that's a good way to use effect anyway.
Yeah, you should probably use another effect, or actually, maybe a derived.
True. Yeah, this is basically a derived, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a derived.
Well, we kind of only want to do the tags thing once, though.
Well, it will change only when cat changes, which is never. So
True. Derived.
and this is also very good. Like in general, this is a general rule of thought. Like I think derived is much more useful than effect. Like you should probably, whenever you are thinking of an effect, consider a derived because it's possibly the good, the better.
Yeah. That's cool, because then I don't have to do the mutation anyway. Oh, right, because it's tag. Oh, right, because this is not yet this is still the cat object. Cat dot filter. Cat dot. Oh, that's kind of annoying. Cats. So we want the cat, but we want to modify it. This is starting to look like Redux. That was why I wanted the mutation approach.
I mean, I think like you can still filter out the tags inside the effect. Then you use the derived to like you remove the filter from the effect inside the effect, and then you use the derived to have the list of all the tags.
Okay, and then tags, push tags.
Oh, also, like as
I
was saying, you can also map the cuts instead of filtering, and then you filter tags.
Return cat with slightly changed. Exists.
Cat dot
filter. Oh, because like we're returning the cat object, right?
Yeah, but tags is actually the state. So you need to do cat dot tags.
Cut the tags.
Not just tags.
Tags.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Wait, why is it not complaining? Oh,
because you have the state tags.
Safe cats. Okay, let's swap.
There's no safe cats. Okay.
No. Yeah, it's just not loading the images.
Yeah, I think it's really slow in general. Like
I think I'm gonna force refresh. Oh, did I get rate restricted? I'm not sure.
It's possible.
Or maybe the ID is actually wrong. Like, no, the ID is right. It's still loading.
Yeah, no, I think it's just very, very slow.
That's unfortunate. Okay. Right, and now to the actual interesting bit. Well, the entire thing has been interesting because, like, you've been bringing up points that I didn't. Well, I probably already considered in the past, but then resolved myself, and then I didn't bother to write down and document. But this would be really good for documentation. So we'll have to go back through the VOD later and then like see what we can add to the documentation before before Svelte 5 is ready to go.
Yep.
So we wanted filters. Let's say we can filter by tag. What kind of actually before that, let's go back and see what kind of tags did we have. Did it? Yeah, it's very slow. Outside, cute, tuxedo. What are tags that are common? I guess tabby seems to be common. So is tabby. So we could have is tabby and then cat dot tags dot. Should we just filter on the tags maybe?
I think you are on the preview. I don't know if it's.
Yeah. So should we? So we could filter on the cats, or we could filter on the tags. I guess the cats makes sense. Cats dot tags includes. Does it includes or contains? I can never remember.
It includes.
Tabby. And you can type this as well. Was it a record? Yeah. String. Oh yeah, I guess that's a good point to use type def instead. Type def cat. Here we can just do cat. Here we can reuse the cat array. Oh wait, it's a function taking a cat array, returning a. Oh no, it's a function taking a cat, returning a boolean. Bool or boolean? Record string cat. Oh right.
Yeah, props. Yeah, cat.
Oh, I forgot that. There you go. Okay, yeah. Now cat is a cat. Cat dot cat array. Oh wait. Oops. Cat dot tags includes tabby. Okay, there we go. And then what's another filter we could do? Swap back. Yeah, it's just showing the.
Apparently, cat as a service is down. We bring cat
Great.
as a service down.
Maybe the viewers at home are following along and hammering the service. I guess what was it? People were saying cute should not be a tag. Is cute
Yep.
cat tags includes cute? Oh, you could do something like this, right? And then in your, let's say, your filter options. Oh, I guess we want to also maybe instead of like an object, you could do an array.
Yeah, I mean we can use
Like,
a state for the key of the filters probably.
mm. So let current filter. Oh, actually, yeah, when we want a none, so just do nothing with the cat. False. Actually, not true. We just show everything, no filters. Current filter equals none. I guess we could like be more strict about it, like const valid filters. If Abby is cute and none, then this is like a valid filter. Valid filters is.
I think you want that as const probably, and it should be valid type of valid filters at number.
Filters add num. Oh,
But it also needs to be, yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah, no, it's already. I don't know. It
Okay.
should be. I mean, it's fine.
Yeah, let's see what happens if we add like something that's not inside valid filters. Hello. Oh, do you error? No.
Because I think
Okay.
it needs as const.
Ah. Right, so let's just keep it like this for now. That's getting into TypeScript territory that like is way too long. So why do I keep adding this? Okay. I'm pretty sure I turned this sticky thing off, but oh well, it keeps coming back. So select option each filters as filter. Oh wait, no. Valid filters. Filter Audi option color. If we go back here, is tabby? Can I interact with that? Oh, but I can't see the. That's annoying. The screen capture doesn't show the.
Something that happens, I think, with Safari.
I think it's not Safari. It's like a built-in browser into in OBS. Like the problem is just that it's screen capturing the thing and like not the floating windows. So like pop-ups wouldn't be captured and like drop downs basically. But I think if I do like, I think keyboard navigation. Yeah, keyboard navigation still works. Hooray! Accessibility.
And that's where accessibility is important.
Yes, when you can't see where the drop down is, so you use your keyboard as a last resort. This should be a state.
Yes.
So current filter is.
And you are still on the preview?
Yep. So that should be a state, and option on, what is this, on, it's
I
not on
think
click, is it? It's like on
it's
select.
on change in the select, and I think you can
Yeah.
actually bind probably.
Bind, yeah, I should be able to bind value.
Bind value.
Well, first I need the value of the
Yeah.
options to be there, and then bind value is equal to what is it? Current filter. And let's just check the current filter. Up back. How do I stop? Oh no, now I can't stop. Oh, I think I know why. Oh, because none is the bottom, right? I was trying to go down on a list that was bottomed up. So let's swap none to the top. Why does this cup keep popping out? Okay. So just pop up none, and then Abby is cute. It's not changing. Oh, is it because no? It's already binded. Bind value, current filter.
That's weird.
Option value. Attribute is omitted. Value is taken from the text content. Svelte.dev. Let's see.
It's actually like, I think it's you should be able to bind to value, but also like maybe like there's some weird thing going on with the OBS browser. I don't think.
No, it seems to be. Oh no, you're right. Okay, let's just swap the. I can swap this entire scene to, let's say, Safari. Let me just open it in Safari first. Just a moment.
Yes.
And then, like, Safari should handle it fine. The OBS browser is like some really old Chromium, I think.
Okay, probably.
So, macOS screen capture. Window. Safari. Localhost. Yeah, now I can zoom in. Lock that. Oh wait, no, I don't lock that yet. Transform that to fit the screen. All right, let me zoom in for you. Okay. Hey, can you see the drop downs now?
I mean, the drop down, no, but I bet you can.
Okay. Yeah, so at least now that works. Yeah, okay, so it's just, I guess, whatever we're using for bind is too new for OBS. Wow, the image is really slow.
Yep.
All right, now that we can swap the
filter, let's
so
go.
That's the other cool thing with OBS. Like, I've updated this scene, right? I can swap back, and it's I reuse the scene, so like I don't have to update the one on this scene.
Yeah.
Because it's just the other scene. It's just reusing the other scene.
Oh, very interesting.
So like I don't have to update like all of them are using one single source. So once I update that one single source, it's also updated. So a nice tip for anyone who's looking to go into streaming for code. Let's see. Well, okay, we have filters now, but what do you want to do with the filters? You want to filter, of course. So safeguards dot filter with, actually no. So current filter is, it's technically not quite correct. We want it to be current filter key. Current filter key, because we want the actual filter to be a derived. So current filter derived by filter, current filter key, and type boolean. Oh, I think it's just derived. Actually, not.
Yeah, I think it's just derived.
Yeah, it's just derived. Current filter, and current filter will be a function that you want to call on here. So filter, current filter. Okay, none. Oh,
Truth.
I have none. Okay, none should show everything. Is tabby only shows tabbies.
I did not. Yeah, okay. We are seeing in the preview. In the
Yeah.
mini.
So yeah, let's zoom in. So none. No, I was just checking the code was right before I swapped. So none is correct. It just shows everything. Well, I guess I should name it all, but is tabby is cute. Shame we can't actually see the images, but
And this literally like this is telling a lie, because like as Stucky was saying, like every cat, every picture cat is cute.
of
Don't
course.
lie.
I guess another, yeah. So that's nice. Like if you want to implement filters that like hard coded filters, well, not it's not even hard coded, right? Because like nothing's stopping. Let's hop back to the code. Like nothing's stopping you from making filters instead of a const into a let state, right? Like
Yeah.
you could dynamically alter this so that like, okay, I'm gonna push another filter here, push another filter here, push another filter here. Like you could have user customizable filters um crafted on the fly, and
Mhm.
it would still work the same. Like none of this part of the code would change. None of this derived code would change.
Yeah.
None of the where is it? This derived code would change.
Yep. Yeah, because like as long as current filter k is a state, you don't need filters
Mhm.
to be a state. It can literally be very cool.
Yes. So this is like this is one of the reasons why we didn't want to force there like a lot of people were going, well, like why not just force it to be always a function
Yeah.
for the complex use cases, because we want to be able to allow this kind of use case as well.
Yeah. Exactly.
Whereas with derived by, I think you could do this,
Yeah, you
but
can
like
do that.
then it gets more verbose.
Yeah, definitely.
So that's why you split derived and derived
And I
by.
think like it's even worse when, for example, you want to return a function that is not specifically a function that you have in a variable. Like if you want to return a function and you only want to use derived by, you should do function that return a function that return the stuff that you want to return. So
Yeah, like the nesting becomes hard to work with, hard to reason with.
I think like derived and derived by is a good like balance, because
Compromise. Yeah, yeah.
if you really want to have a function as the thing that changes, you can do it. But if you want to just like do derived x plus 1, it's easy, it's very fast.
Oh, we ended up not using tags. Right. Okay. I think we'll. I think yeah. That's like
Yeah.
this is a decent chunk of like what you would do already on like a very first Svelte 4 to Svelte 5 runes migration, right? Like we have state going on, we have effect going on, we have derived going on
Yep.
twice.
Yeah,
What else? Oh, we're not using any events, but that's fine.
yeah, it's fine. I think we are like we did a very good job. Actually, you did a very good job of showcasing much of the stuff that we'll probably touch
Right.
on.
Yeah. Like this is a so yeah, like the questions you like honestly this was like almost like an accelerated version of like what you would have in development, because having someone ask you questions
Yeah.
while you're doing it actually helps a lot. It's like it's a second it's like rubber duck programming, rubber duck debugging. Except the rubber duck is a genius because they know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, so I
Cool.
think like because this is self-contained, I think the REPL link will have to be in the Discord instead, unfortunately, because we can't modify the well, Kev can, but we can't modify the YouTube
Yeah,
description
I
once
mean,
we go
we
live.
will ask Kevin
Um,
about like to modify the
yeah, yeah,
description.
we'll see about getting it in the REPL
If,
into the description.
if you're
We
watching
won't.
this,
Yeah, we
sorry.
can't post it in the comments because YouTube thinks it's spam because it is a really long link.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, no, it's
so
fine.
we
We
so
can
yeah, so go check out the Discord. Well, what channel is it called? Usually
Svelte Society.
uh events discussion. I think events discussion.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Event discussion.
For this week in Svelte, we can post the link in events discussion under the live stream VOD, and then
And if you are
you can check it
watching
out there.
these on the future on YouTube, you will probably find it also in the description because we will force Kevin to add it.
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Martin, to be with me and to do this very fun coding challenge. And
Yes.
I think we can close here.
Yep.
So thank you everyone for watching. Thank you everyone to like continue watching this week in Svelte through the weeks. And I hope that I will see you in the next week. Bye bye.
Bye bye.